Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. It's one of those rumors that suddenly spreads like wildfire across the basketball world, and no one can quite pinpoint where it actually started, yet everyone seems to be talking about it. The alleged dismissal of REDICK from the Los Angeles Lakers is generating buzz, debate, and a massive wave of speculation. Not long ago, REDICK was seen as a fresh and modern voice on the sidelines, someone bringing new ideas and a player-oriented, analytical perspective to the game. But now, those same qualities may have turned into liabilities, at least according to whispers circulating behind the scenes suggesting there had been internal tension for quite some time. The Lakers, a franchise constantly under the brightest spotlight, appear to be caught once again in a storm of expectations, pressure, and possible internal power struggles. Some insiders quietly claim that REDICK never fully commanded the locker room, while others argue he simply wasn't given enough time to truly implement his philosophy. In the middle of all these conflicting narratives, what emerges is a story filled with uncertainty and far more questions than answers. When you take a closer look at the situation, it quickly becomes clear that this supposed decision cannot be viewed in isolation. The Lakers are a franchise historically defined by superstar names, strong personalities, and enormous expectations. In such an environment, it becomes extremely difficult for any coach to establish long-term stability, especially when results do not immediately shine the way fans and executives demand. REDICK, who enjoyed a long career as a player, was often described as someone who speaks the language of athletes, building a unique connection with the team. However, this very trait has become a focal point in recent rumors. Some suggest that his closeness to players was not always viewed as a strength, but rather as a lack of authority. Others insist the real issue was friction with management, particularly regarding tactical decisions and the long-term vision for the team. The truth likely lies somewhere in between, but without any official confirmation, everything remains in the realm of speculation. What makes this situation even more intriguing is the wide range of reactions emerging from different corners. Some fans are already outraged, seeing this rumored move as yet another sign of dysfunction within the front office. Meanwhile, others seem more understanding, arguing that the Lakers are in a phase where every decision must be calculated carefully, leaving little room for experimentation. According to this perspective, REDICK may have simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time. A coach focused on development found himself leading a team built for immediate success, and that mismatch could have prevented the partnership from ever truly aligning. At the same time, another theory has gained traction, suggesting REDICK may have been brought in as a transitional figure, someone to stabilize things before a bigger name eventually takes over. This possibility only adds another layer of complexity to an already unclear situation. Another key element fueling these rumors revolves around the internal dynamics of the roster itself. There's growing speculation that not every player fully bought into REDICK's system. Some reportedly wanted more structure, while others struggled to adapt to his approach. In a team filled with experienced professionals, such differences can quickly evolve into tension, especially when roles are not clearly defined. On top of that, the external pressure surrounding the Lakers cannot be ignored. Every decision, every lineup adjustment, every timeout is scrutinized intensely by fans and media alike. In that kind of environment, even minor disagreements can snowball into significant issues. If the rumors are to be believed, that may be exactly what happened here. A series of small conflicts gradually building into something too large to overlook, eventually leading to an unavoidable breaking point. At the same time, it is important to remember that REDICK is still at a relatively early stage in his coaching career. Many continue to view him as a coach with considerable potential, someone who could play a meaningful role in the league's future. That is precisely why the idea of such an early separation feels surprising to many observers. It raises the question of whether the Lakers may have acted too hastily or whether deeper, more complex issues made the partnership unsustainable. Some voices even claim that REDICK's analytical approach was criticized internally, clashing with more traditional ways of thinking within the organization. Others, however, see that same approach as his greatest strength and believe he could thrive in a different environment. These contrasting perspectives highlight just how difficult it is to form a clear picture when so many conflicting narratives are circulating at once. As speculation continues to grow, one central question lingers. What does all of this mean for the future of the Lakers? If the rumor proves to be true, it would mark yet another major shift during an already turbulent period for the team. At the same time, it could present an opportunity to reset and chart a new course for the years ahead. Yet, that is precisely where the uncertainty lies, because without clear communication, speculation continues to fill the void and intensify the situation. Fans, analysts, and insiders are all trying to piece together the puzzle, but the overall picture remains blurred. JJ Redick finds himself at the center of a story that feels far from finished, one that could still take multiple unexpected turns before any real clarity emerges. As the conversations around this rumored situation continue to evolve, it becomes increasingly clear how quickly narratives can shift in the world of professional basketball. Not long ago, there was a sense of excitement surrounding the idea of a young, modern-minded coach stepping into such a historic franchise, bringing fresh energy and a new perspective to the sidelines. Then, almost quietly, small doubts began to surface, whispers of internal friction that at first seemed insignificant or exaggerated. Now, those same whispers have grown into a much louder and more complex storyline, one that suggests a complete reversal of expectations. Some observers even speculate that if this decision is real, it may not have been sudden at all, but rather something that had been building behind closed doors for quite some time. The idea that such a move could have been quietly prepared adds another layer of intrigue, raising questions about timing, intention, and whether the public is only now catching up to something that insiders may have anticipated for weeks. One of the most fascinating angles in all of this is the question of who might ultimately benefit from such a dramatic development. If JJ Redick is indeed no longer part of the picture, it would immediately open the door to a wave of speculation about potential replacements. The coaching carousel would begin spinning, with names being thrown into discussions and opinions forming almost instantly across the basketball landscape. Some fans would likely push for an experienced, authoritative figure, someone with a proven track record who can command respect and bring immediate structure. Others might argue for sticking with a progressive approach, continuing to invest in innovative coaching minds who understand the evolution of the modern game. This contrast in expectations reflects a deeper identity question within the franchise itself, highlighting the challenge of balancing tradition with the need to adapt in an ever-changing league. At the same time, attention inevitably turns toward the role of the organization's leadership in shaping this situation. There are growing rumors suggesting that differing visions within the management could have contributed to the current uncertainty. While some decision-makers may have favored patience and continuity, others might have pushed for quicker, more decisive changes. In such a scenario, a head coach can easily become caught in the middle, serving as the most visible figure while deeper disagreements remain hidden from public view. This dynamic is not uncommon in professional sports, but in a high-profile environment like the Lakers, it becomes magnified to an entirely different level. The possibility that Redick may have been navigating not just on-court challenges, but also complex internal politics adds a significant layer to the narrative, making it far more intricate than a simple performance-based decision. Another element that continues to fuel speculation is the potential influence of the players themselves. In teams filled with strong personalities and established stars, the locker room dynamic can play a crucial role in shaping outcomes off the court. There are suggestions that opinions within the roster may have been divided regarding Redick's methods, with some players embracing his ideas while others remained unconvinced. Over time, such divisions can create an environment where cohesion becomes difficult to maintain. If these rumors hold any truth, It could mean that the situation was not defined by a single issue, but rather by a combination of perspectives that gradually drifted apart. Yet, as with every aspect of this story, the absence of confirmed details leaves room for interpretation, and the reality may be far more nuanced than any single narrative suggests. Equally compelling is how J.J. Redick's public perception appears to be shifting in real time. Once widely viewed as a promising coaching mind with a bright future, he is now, at least temporarily, at the center of critical analysis. Every strategic choice, every rotation decision, every interaction is being revisited and scrutinized through a different lens. Critics are quick to point out what they perceive as shortcomings, attempting to connect those dots to the current rumors. At the same time, there remains a strong group of voices defending him, emphasizing the context in which he operated and the challenges he faced. This divide illustrates how quickly reputations can be reshaped in the sports world, often based on incomplete information and evolving narratives rather than definitive facts. In the end, what remains most striking is the sense of uncertainty surrounding the entire situation. The rumors about J.J. Redick are not just about a possible coaching change, but about the broader direction of one of the most closely watched franchises in basketball. They touch on themes of pressure, expectation, identity, and the constant search for the right formula to achieve success at the highest level. Whether these speculations eventually prove accurate or fade away as just another moment of off-season noise, they have already sparked a conversation that goes far beyond a single individual. For now, the story feels unfinished, suspended in a space between possibility and reality, with the potential for unexpected developments still very much alive. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, strategic considerations surrounding Leonard's possible Lakers tenure are analyzed in great depth. Experts explore how offensive schemes might be altered to leverage his isolation scoring, perimeter shooting, and ability to draw defensive attention, while defensive strategies could be tailored to his elite perimeter coverage and shot-blocking instincts. Discussions extend to rotations, bench utilization, and matchups against top-tier opponents in the Western Conference. Fans theorize about lineups that maximize spacing, transition opportunities, and pick-and-roll effectiveness, imagining Leonard as both a defensive anchor and offensive catalyst. Analysts also consider how his presence could allow other stars more freedom to operate, potentially creating new combinations that improve overall efficiency. Media outlets report on practice habits, early integration strategies, and potential tactical tweaks, further feeding speculation. The debate encompasses not only immediate season implications, but also longer-term impacts on team development, roster management, and championship viability. Hypothetical game scenarios, simulated matchups, and predictive analyses dominate conversations, keeping anticipation and excitement high. The potential for Leonard to redefine Lakers basketball sparks constant discussion, reflecting both the player's stature and the transformative potential of such a move. Finally, the ongoing speculation about Leonard joining the Lakers has captivated the basketball community, keeping fans, analysts, and insiders engaged at every turn. Each rumor, insider hint, or media report is examined and debated for implications on lineups, strategies, and playoff prospects. Fans imagine dramatic moments, decisive plays, and the creation of a new Lakers era, while analysts weigh the risks and benefits of integrating a player with Leonard's skill set. Conversations touch on team chemistry, tactical flexibility, financial planning, and psychological dynamics, highlighting the far-reaching impact of a potential signing. Even without official confirmation, the excitement and speculation dominate headlines, social media, and fan forums, creating a continuous narrative of anticipation. Imagining Leonard in Lakers colors has already reshaped perceptions of the team's trajectory, potential championship paths, and the competitive landscape of the NBA. This blend of hope, strategy, and imagination has made the story one of the most riveting and closely followed narratives in the league, with every development magnifying interest and keeping the basketball world on edge. As rumors persist, anticipation, discussion, and excitement continue to escalate, making the potential transfer a central topic of conversation for weeks to come. Ultimately, the excitement surrounding Kevin Durant and the Los Angeles Lakers remains at an unprecedented level, with speculation continuing to drive conversations across all media. Fans are captivated by the idea of his extraordinary talent merging with one of the NBA's most iconic franchises, envisioning highlight plays, strategic shifts, and leadership impacts that could define an era. Analysts examine potential effects on roster construction, draft plans, and team strategy, while insiders weigh the implications for long-term competitiveness. Even without official announcements, the narrative of Durant joining the Lakers fuels imagination, debates, and expectations, captivating audiences worldwide. The rumor has created a sense of anticipation and excitement that extends beyond the team, league, and season, inspiring fans to envision countless possibilities for matchups, plays, and outcomes. Every new report, insider comment, or social media post reinforces the idea that Durant in a Lakers uniform could transform not only the team, but also the broader landscape of professional basketball. Until confirmation arrives, the discussions, debates, and fan excitement will continue to dominate the conversation, keeping Kevin Durant at the center of one of the most compelling basketball stories imaginable. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.